What began as a mission to relieve doctors' administrative burden has exploded into a high-stakes corporate race. A race to build the next multi-billion-dollar healthcare tech titan. Some have already seen success with their AI, but the potential profits are absurd. Most don't know this, but we're in the middle of a major doctor shortage, one that's only going to get worse. The doctors we do have are getting burned out by administrative tasks, spending an average of 5.8 hours a day on electronic health records. And while plenty of companies have tried to solve this issue, there's really only 3 major players right now. Unsurprisingly, the startups have been the quicker movers. But there's a giant with trillions of dollars of resources who could completely crush their plans. A potential David and Goliath story. In this video, we'll take a look at the ways that these 3 companies are using AI to solve doctor burnout, and what each is doing to win what might be the only seat at the table. Let's get started. Before we dive into the tech race, one of the things that makes this tech so appealing is that it could be used by over 1 million US doctors, and many more abroad. Nearly half a doctor's workday is now tied up with EHR data entry, inbox messages, billing flags, and note cleanup. With the hours they're already working, it's no wonder that burnout is already skyrocketing. One study found that physicians spend almost 2 hours on EHR and desk work for each hour of patient care. An ambient voice recognition tech can help this issue immensely. It listens in real time, transcribes doctor-patient conversations without pause, separates their voices, and outputs a structured draft note in the EHR by the end of the visit. Dr. Smith reviews, issues a couple voice command edits, clicks approve, and moves on. So what does that even mean for a doctor? If a doctor sees 20 patients a day and this saves 10 minutes per visit, that's 200 minutes, roughly 4 extra patients a day, or room for walk-ins that would have otherwise been pushed to the following week. That could be the difference between a stressed out clinic or a sustainable one. So how are these 3 companies trying to capitalize on this opportunity? 2 startups have raced ahead by building tech that doctors are already using. One of them, Abridge, started out of the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. Fast forward to today, and they've pulled off one of the biggest wins in this space. Kaiser Permanente is rolling Abridge out to 24,000 doctors across 40 hospitals and 600 clinics. Kaiser called it the largest deployment of ambient listening tech in the country. That win alone could have been enough for the company, but they didn't stop there. Abridge went live with 10 other health systems in a single 3-week span. Then they secured $300 million of funding at a $5.3 billion valuation. And it looks like that could be just the beginning. Under the hood, Abridge runs on a proprietary data set of 1.5 million medical encounters in a homegrown AI stack. Speech to text, natural language processing, and summary generation. I'd say their most unique feature is linked evidence. Click on any part of the summary and see exactly what was said. It's a safety net for doctors in case there are any AI hallucinations. If a doctor wants to generate a referral or billing code, it's built right into the flow, which could seriously help some of their burnout. The other startup, Ambience Healthcare, is a company that looked at documentation and saw more than burnout. It saw billions quietly leaking out of the healthcare system. Most people don't realize this, but US healthcare systems lose up to $125 billion a year from simple documentation mistakes. Missed codes, incomplete records, forgotten billing details. According to the Healthcare Financial Management Association, 3 to 5% of a hospital's total revenue can quietly disappear this way. And most don't catch it till year's end, which is way too late. So to address this, instead of one single product, Ambience Healthcare launched a full ambient AI operating system for healthcare. AutoScribe listens during visits and builds a structured note in real time. AutoCDI double checks the note for billing completeness, looking for misdiagnosis, procedures, or just that one line that turns a denied claim into a paid one. AutoRefer and AutoABS generate referral letters and then visit summaries instantly. And AutoPrep, which is coming soon, will scan a chart before the appointment, prepping the doctor with relevant history, risk flags, and overdue care gaps. And while not valued as high as Abridge, they're currently seeking a valuation of $1 billion. But the question remains if these startups can survive what's coming next, because the Goliath that's coming actually owns the operating system that most of these healthcare systems run on. So who's the Goliath in this story? Unsurprisingly, it's Microsoft. Microsoft already runs the infrastructure that most hospitals rely on. In 2021, Microsoft spent nearly $20 billion to acquire Nuance, the company behind Dragon Medical, which had quietly become the most used speech tool in healthcare. Over 600,000 clinicians have dictated notes with it, and today, Nuance tools are embedded in 75% of US hospitals. So when Microsoft says they're entering this space, they've been here a while. But their newest tool is called Dragon Copilot, introduced in 2025. It combines Dragon's old school dictation engine, Nuance's ambient listening tech called DAX, and Microsoft's own generative AI. It doesn't just listen and transcribe like it did before. Now a doctor can say, "Hey Dragon, expand on the chest pain," and it'll generate extra clinical detail. Ask it for CDC guidelines, and it pulls from a trusted source in seconds. It supports multiple speakers, multiple languages, and works across devices, phone, desktop, whatever. They trained it on 15 million medical encounters and billions of words from actual doctors. users. And while the tech is solid, Microsoft's real advantage is that they already own the ecosystem. Hospitals are using Azure to run their Epic databases. They already plugged in Microsoft Teams, Dynamics, and Cloud for healthcare. Epic even partnered with Microsoft to roll out AI note features at places like Stanford and Mount Sinai. So when Microsoft knocks on a hospital CEO's door, the pitch is pretty simple. You already run on Microsoft, just add this as well. And this is what Abridge and Ambience are up against. But that's not to say that they can't win. Abridge and Ambience have rapidly gained customers by directly solving physician pain and proving themselves in real deployments, leading to big reference clients and fast revenue growth. Microsoft, on the other hand, has essentially acquired its way to the front of the pack, and it's now converting that lead into an integrated offering that could swamp the market. It is still early, so many of the determining moves have yet to be made, but there is something that makes this race very intense. This is likely a one-company market because once a hospital system picks a system and wires it into their EHR, it's going to be a nightmare to rip out. Add in compliance risk, data advantage, and IT consolidation pressure, and there's not a lot of room for second place. If you found this video interesting and you'd like to see more on corporate tech in the future, please consider subscribing. This is Tyler Dutchover. Thanks for watching.